do Greek people blame Brussels for the situation that they're in at the moment?
Obviously, Richard, we cannot talk of Greek people as a whole. However, I think that a good number amongst the public opinion realizes that this austerity is a dead end for Greece. The austerity imposed by the Troika, meaning the European Union, the European Central Bank and the IMF, they're asking for punishment measures, harsher and harsher measures. The Greek people do already suffer, and the consequences of the first memorandum are already extremely visible in the majority of the population. The standard of living has dropped significantly since last year, I would say. So people are feeling the consequences in a massive way. So they realize that for development, there are different measures that need to be taken, and there is a general sentiment that the European Central Bank, the European Union, and the IMF are actually imposing extremely harsh measures in order to give this support. And at this time, I think that the majority of Greek people realize that Greece needs support, needs solidarity, Europe needs something like what the US gave to Europe once, like something like a Marshall Plan. We want development and not austerity, this kind of austerity that will lead to poverty. Of course, Greek people do realize and do blame their own government and their past governments and the politicians. That's why they've totally turned against the entire political system, and they do not recognize the existing political system because they realize that there is a huge part to blame. The political system has a huge role to play in this situation from the beginning, from the past 20 years until now.
So, Dafni, you mentioned development there, that what Greek people feel they need is some kind of Marshall Plan. Is there anything else? Is there any other element to that wish that Greek people feel? What else do Greek people feel is a way forward, a way of getting out of this mess? Because obviously the mood in Brussels is it's austerity like this or nothing.
Well, the mood in Brussels is like this. However, the consequences, I said, Richard, are significant. And when I say consequences, I mean shops, businesses closing down every day, and this is visible in the city center of Athens every day, which means huge unemployment. The unemployment has risen significantly. The wages have been cut, and the cost of living remains really high. So people cannot get by. There is soup kitchen everywhere, and people depend on the state, on their municipalities, or on NGOs, on the church, for their everyday survival, which is not what Europe is meant to be. So I think that Greek people would like to see a European plan against unemployment, for increased production, agricultural production and other interior production that is declined significantly, and they would need to see pressure in their government towards these things, towards development, not more and more cuts, not more and more austerity, because they cannot see how these austerity measures are going to take Greece out of the crisis. It seems to be a barrel without a bottom.